Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Kumar Shah and I am going to give you a short teaching demo video which is on the topic structure of an atom. So let's come to the topic. So structure of an atom. The first question that may come to mind of a student is that what is an atom? So let me tell you this, that an atom is the basic structural unit of any matter. According to Dalton's atomic theory, it is the smallest indivisible particle of any matter. But is it true? Is it really indivisible? Actually, Dalton postulated this theory in 1808. That time, everyone believed that this is the indivisible particle. But after the discovery of electron, proton and neutron in year 1886 and 1900, this postulate of Dalton totally failed. So, what are the subatomic particles? How these are arranged in an atom? We will see everything one by one. So, in 1886, Goldstein discovered protons in a discharge tube experiment. He called them canal rays, and after that it was termed as proton. After him, in 1900, J.J. Thomson discovered electrons. So after the discovery of electron and proton, scientists around the world were facing the challenge to propose that how these subatomic particles are arranged inside an atom. So among all the scientists around the world, first J.J. Thomson proposed his atomic model. He actually said that an atom is a positively charged sphere and electrons are embedded inside it. You can think of a watermelon where the red edible part can be considered as a positively charged sphere and the seeds can be considered as a negatively charged electrons. So, and he according to him, this atom is electrically neutral. So here you can ask me a question that how many electrons are actually there inside an atom. So for now I will tell you that you can consider it like there are enough electrons to balance this positive charge inside the atom, so that negative charge is equal to positive charge, and as a whole the atom is a neutral electrically. But his experiment, his model could not explain the experimental results of other scientists. Let's say Rutherford proposed his atomic model, for which he conducted an experiment called alpha particle scattering experiment. He actually made alpha particles to fall on a thin gold film which was surrounded by a fluorescent screen. These alpha particles were generated by a radioactive element, and these were passed through a monochromator to be made to fall on a gold foil. He had some observations. First was that he saw that most of the alpha particles are passing through the foil. Secondly, some are deflected by small angles. And thirdly, very few, 1 out of every 12,000 particles are rebound. Means they are deflected by 180-degree angle. So he tried to find a certain proper explanation for his observations, and he come up with few. So that conclusions were that since most of the particles are passing through the foil, that means most of the space are vacant inside the atom, and since some are deflected, that means the mass or the positive charge of an atom are coinciding at a very small space inside the atom. And thirdly, since very few particles are deflected by 180 degree, he said that mass or the charge of the atom is occupying very small volume compared to the volume of the atom. Finally, on the basis of his experiment, he came up with an atom model, and he said that there is a nucleus inside a atom where all the mass and positive charge resides. Secondly, this nucleus occupies very small space, very small volume compared to the atom, and the electrons are revolving around this nucleus in circular orbits. So after his theory, his model, it was highly appreciated around the world, but there was a drawback of his model. It was expected that electrons revolving in circular orbit are not stable, because electrons revolving in circular orbit will radiate energy, and its energy will keep on decreasing with time, and ultimately its circular path will collapse and electron will fall into the nucleus. So if this is true, then matters around us should not be stable, but we are seeing everything quite stable. Even this board is quite stable. So Bohr gave his atomic model, where he said that atoms are not revolving in circular orbit, but they are revolving in certain discrete orbits where the energy of the electron is fixed and it's not decreasing. So he named all these orbitals as shells: K shell, M shell, N shell, like this, or you can number it as like n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this is how structure of an atom were discovered. And lastly, in 1932, Chadwick discovered neutrons, which was the third subatomic particle. So number of neutrons in an atom is given as mass number minus the atomic number. For example, in helium, mass number is 4 and atomic number is 2, so the number of neutrons is 2 in helium atom. So every element known to be existing have proton, neutrons and electrons, but there is one example, one element which don't have neutron. Can you name that? Just think. It's hydrogen, because for hydrogen, atomic number, mass number is 1 and atomic number is also 1, so number of neutron is 0. So I hope you enjoyed. This was all about this topic. Thank you.